I am David Cox, number two in the caricature picture. Our family joined Temple Israel in 1975 because we were inspired by Rabbi Alan Schranz. That relationship remained strong and unbroken after he left Temple Israel and moved on to San Francisco, Los Angeles, and finally back to New York. The temple owned a house on Harper Avenue at the time. Rabbi Schranz, who grew up in Manhattan, had never lived in a single family home. He thought he had the prettiest lawn on the block because of the little yellow flowers that grew in it. He didn't realize that we all struggled to get rid of dandelions. I had been Hebrew school chair in Glen Rock prior to joining the temple, so I immediately hopped onto the school committee in Ridgewood. 1 month later, the current school chairman moved out of the area, and I was asked to replace him on the temple board. After 2 years as school chair, I served as second vice president to Adele Rebel. But in 1978, our first vice president left the temple, and I assumed that role. In 1979, I moved up to president. One of the most notable events at the time was our annual craft show. The synagogue was transformed into a beautiful setting where high-end vendors were invited to participate. The event was one of the greatest activities we ever undertook. Nearly the entire congregation was involved in one way or another for the entire year preparing for the 4 day show. For me, Temple Israel is all about relationships. Relationships with clergy, staff, and members. Friendships have been formed that have grown and lasted to this day. Our closest friends are all part of the Temple Israel family. We look forward to celebrating this evening and many, many more temple events in the future. Thank you for honoring all of us.